All right, so I wanted to give you a quick overview of the motorcycle so you know exactly what to expect. So this is a 2014 Yamaha R6. This is a built race bike with Supersport specs. It was raced in CVMA for a couple of seasons. And here's the bike. I took the tail section and the lower off so you can see in detail. Here, walk around. So the bike obviously has a power commander here and the Translogic shifters for the up and auto blip and the quick shift. The bike was tuned, so the engine has about 2 race weekends on it. It was tuned and built by Next Level Cycles, and it's tuned to about 126 horsepower on MR12. There are 2 maps here. One is for MR12, one is for 93. So if you can see the 1 dot on my right-hand side where the switch is flipped, that's for 93, which is what's in the gas tank right now. And for when the 2 dots, that's for the MR12 map. So it's 2 maps on that power commander. Obviously the ECU and the brand new Shirai battery that I just put in, only because I haven't used the bike in a while, so I changed the battery out. You can take a look. As you can see, everything is in good shape. Now, the only thing I do want to point out, so the plastics are just race plastics, right? They're hot bodies. I painted them myself, so they're nothing fancy. That's just the way the bodywork is. I never believed in spending a lot of money on the bodywork. I was really kind of worried about the mechanics of the bike and just putting my money in there. Here we can take a look. So obviously you got the keyless tank for the fuels. Keyless ignition, the all-in stabilizer here, GP forks, right? And we have, so everything is, so the levers and the handlebars, those are stock. I preferred them in stock position, so I kept them. They're easier to replace, if anything. But on this side, this is a quick turn throttle. So this is a Grave tube in there. Graves tube, quick turn throttle. So it's a quarter turn throttle. This is a full throttle, just for easier, easier acceleration. What else can I show you on this side? So everything is safety wired. You have the GB racing covers here. This is an old cover. Obviously, it's been scuffed up a little bit. I have the frame sliders here. These are also very small. That way they don't catch. The suspension, you can see the tube. This is where my suspension was riding during my last outing. You can see everything is safety wired. These brake lines here are upgraded. So these go on the outside. I don't know if you can see, it goes on the outside of the forks. Very easy. So when you take the calipers off, they just kind of hang down here versus getting tangled up in there. Let's see. So the other thing I want to point out cosmetically, so this exhaust is a full system. It goes underneath, obviously, for the full acro exhaust in there. But the can did low side at some point, and it wasn't repaired, so I bought a new can. So it's actually hard to find the full can, but I got a cap. Obviously I riveted everything back, so I put a little bit of tape here where there was a little bit of scuff and damage here, just to keep everything nice and tight in place. So cosmetically it doesn't look that great, but it was a great repair. No issues with the exhaust. You can see the Vortex 2.0 rear sets. Those work great. And of course the Mupo shock. This is an amazing shock. It's actually pretty brand new on there. It's an expensive shock, and it keeps that rear just planted throughout the turns. Everything is actually tuned to about a weight of 185, I would say 190, as far as the suspension goes. That includes the front, so obviously that's going to be adjusted based on whoever gets the bike. And that's pretty much it. You can see here's the win in there. All right, so it was built, so 2014, so it was built 12/13, right? And there's the win on there, which matches the certificate of the factory certificate that it comes with. That's on the frame. Obviously, the engine has been rebuilt. It has water wetter inside. So basically all race specs, everything is up to par. Now I did want to mention, so in order to fit the body work on, right, the subframe, this was leveled out. It usually has little wings on it when it comes stock, so I took those out. Painted it so everything fits nice and neatly over the tail section. And there it is, right? So I'm gonna start the bike up. So everything comes on. Take a look. Starts up right. So as you can see, it starts up right away, hovers around 1600 mpm and RPM at idle. So everything is good to go on that. Great bike. Be sorry to part with it, but I guess I'm getting a little old. So whoever gets this next, I wish you a great season.